This training byte, we will see some of the APD features that can be used to modify a die symbol, perhaps to add more pins due to a design change or to correct an error. We'll open the d2_auto_create_net file from the solutions directory of the class database. Our design has a flip chip die with pins on the surface layer and a wire bond die with pins on the wire bond layer. We used the die text in Wizard to import the flip chip die and the die generator to create the wire bond die that we would like to add 2 more pins to. Symbol Edit application mode can be used to modify either type of die, regardless of how it was imported. We would like to redistribute the pins on the left side of the die so we can add 2 new pins at the top of the west side. To modify any of our symbols, we need to be in Symbol Edit application mode. If we move our cursor over a pin of the wire bond die, we see that a pin is highlighted. We will use the Tab key on the keyboard so that we have the whole symbol selected, and when we click the right mouse button, we will look for our Add Pin command. Notice that we do not have our symbol editing commands available, even though we are in Symbol Edit application mode. By default, all die symbols have the locked property applied so they cannot be inadvertently modified. If we select the die symbol, we can use the right mouse button to click the Property Edit command to show the properties on our die. The die symbol currently has the locked property, so we will toggle the Delete checkbox and click OK to remove the locked property and close the form. Notice that we now have many more symbol commands available to us, such as Add Pin and Pin Pitch settings. If we click the Pin Pitch settings command, we see that there is currently no pin grid. Free placement is available. If we click the Calculate Values from Pins button, then the pin grid is calculated from the existing pins, and we see that we have a 180 micron pin pitch in both the X and the Y direction. We would like to squeeze the west side pins together so we can fit 2 more pins up top, so we'll cancel the current command and turn only pins on in our Find filter. We can then select all the west side pins and then hold down the right mouse button and click Respace. The command line prompts us to select a reference pins, and we'll select the lowest pin on the west side of the die, and then in the options form, we'll set our new pin spacing to 160 microns. When we click Apply, our pins are respaced at 160 microns, starting from our reference pin at the bottom. Now, when we select the symbol and use the Pin Pitch Settings command, we calculate the vertical pin pitch to be 20 microns, to accommodate both the left and the right column of pins. When we apply our changes, our 20 micron vertical grid is applied. We can now select the symbol and use the Add Pin command to add our 2 pins. We can select a net for our new pin from any of the nets currently in the design, or we can narrow it down to just the power and ground nets. We'll use the same pad stack as all the other pins on the die, and when we click a location, the new pin is given a new pin number and the pin is snapped to the nearest grid location. We can add another pin to complete our change, and we now have 62 pins on our wire bonded die. So for completeness, we will select the symbol and use the Rename Symbol command to change the name of the symbol to DIE62. In this training byte, we used Symbol Edit application mode to add 2 new pins to our wire bonded die symbol.